There are people who are screaming for their rights. They are protesting, they're marching, they're doing everything they possibly can do to get their voices heard, and their governments are not listening.
It is an organization which is dedicated to uncovering the truth.
Our ability to tell the stories and recount the experiences of those with whom we've worked, and then say to the most powerful people, this is what's going on, and this is what you have to do about it, is unparalleled, and that's what makes us so special.
This is an organization I can't just not pay attention to.
People in power who have the ability to make decisions and influence how human rights are treated around the world, listen to Human Rights Watch.
Human rights are universal rights. When I heard that Chicago is going to have an office of Human Rights Watch, I jumped at the opportunity.
For Human Rights Watch, the Chicago committee was really important because it was the first time we opened a committee that wasn't left coast, right coast. It was really an attempt to broaden and expand Human Rights Watch's reach in this country.
Chicago is filled with activists, philanthropists, people that care deeply about moral and ethical issues.
If Human Rights Watch were not in Chicago, I would be saying, what's wrong with you guys? We matter and we have a part to play.
When I learned that a Human Rights Watch was being opened in Chicago, I knew that that was where I wanted to devote my time.
There's so many times that you don't feel that you can make a difference, that you'd like to be doing something, but what can it be?
I felt the need to do it in large part for my kids. I wanted them to see that we care about more than just what is the walls of our beloved Chicago.
Every time I come to Chicago, I always have some kind of an experience with people there that reminds me human rights really start at home in the smallest ways in our everyday life.
I was very much touched by the number of people I met, particularly from the Chicago committee, who cared about me, who cared about the issues in my country.
Leaving a human rights event, you see these problems, which you may or may not have known about, but it's a plus knowing that there are some people that are actively involved in exposing these problems and hopefully getting changes made to the problems.
Our supporters in Chicago are so important to us.
Chicago's a town that can do anything. Give them any task, they can do it.
Every day you are out there and you're enabling us to do what we do, which is exposing abuses, which is trying to bring redress to victims and trying to bring about meaningful change. And none of that would happen without people like you.
To the founders of the Human Rights Watch Committee in Chicago, I say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking part in the human rights cause. Thank you for supporting Human Rights Watch.